how Florida court-appointed professional guardians can control your life, your health care decisions and finances, and get paid with your assets.
A scathing new report alleges one former guardian exploited dozens of people under her care, called wards.
In exclusive interviews, I-Team investigator Adam Walser hears from two people working to protect vulnerable seniors and how the flawed system makes that impossible.
In 2019, professional guardian Tracy Hudson was arrested, charged with exploiting an elderly man under her care. Investigators say she used $500,000 of his money to buy herself a luxury home, jewelry, and Bucks tickets. Days after her arrest, a judge ordered the Pinellas County Clerk's Office to investigate Hudson's 45 guardianship cases regarding the wards under her care and their combined assets of $14 million.
If there are any red flags that are brought to our attention, then we will address that at that point in time.
3 years later, a 77-page report filled with red flags not only exposes problems with Hudson's cases, but also with the guardianship system. Hudson declined to be interviewed for this story. Her attorney, Richard McKighton, said he wouldn't talk about specific allegations in the report, but says he doesn't anticipate it will affect her upcoming trial.
What it produced was just evidence of flagrant fraud.
Retired Judge Linda Allen presided over thousands of guardianship cases. She says many guardians receive minimal training, completing only a 40-hour course.
There's virtually no standards or criteria.
So you could have somebody working at Wendy's one week and then they're managing a multi-million-dollar estate the next.
Absolutely.
There's very little direct oversight of what the guardian does.
Pinellas County Clerk of Courts Ken Burke oversaw the investigation.
If there are all these safeguards, things like we found in this report would not have been found.
Hudson declined to be interviewed by the Inspector General's office during the investigation. The report shows Hudson was paid $406,000 from her ward's assets.
The number of hours that were allegedly expended are way out of the norm.
7 times Hudson billed for working between 25 and 39 hours in a single day.
A guardian's billing for being in California and at the same time billing that same day for visiting local banks and visiting nursing homes. How can the person bilocate and be in two places at the same time?
That was what Tracy claimed.
That's what she did. And also there was not just a single instance, but many instances of billing over 18 hours in a day.
She billed for over 18 hours, 83 times. Allen says guardians can do that because judges approve payments one case at a time.
You have no way of knowing that the same guardian's charging for that same hour for another ward.
No, you don't. And
I mean, that's not how my time card works.
Yeah, I know. But it's obviously happening.
There was jewelry missing, savings bonds worth $20-some thousand missing.
Another concern for the experts, guardians don't have to have anyone accompany them when they inventory a home.
These folks who are asking to be guardians have usually gotten into the home before it even comes to court somehow.
Things can get lost.
Right.
The report says one of Hudson's inventory reports contained blotches of whiteout that could be noticed throughout the paper document. Jewelry was removed from the original report. Documents show Hudson purchased multiple pre-need funeral plans for people who already had them, causing some wards to be cremated rather than buried in family plots next to their loved ones. She used associates from her networking group to buy new funeral plans and to sell her ward's homes, paying commissions of 2 to 3 times the average rate.
It's unheard of.
The report says ward's properties were often sold without appraisals at below-market prices. According to this report, this home, which belonged to one of Hudson's wards, sold 3 times in a single day. The first time for $30,450, the second time for $37,000, and the third time for $57,984. A 90% increase, the profit going to investors, not for the care of the ward.
When I look at the guardianship program, the internal controls don't exist.
There could be other people like this particular guardian operating out there.
Because it's just too tempting.
It's really one of the reasons that I left the probate division. Was it was so frustrating to me to really feel like my hands were tied.
The judge and clerks are supposed to be the safeguards of the system, and Burke hopes that Florida officials will learn from this report.
Not only do we have to send it to every clerk, but more importantly, we need to send it to policymakers, because that's where change needs to happen.
Until then, some of Florida's most vulnerable residents can't be protected. I'm I-Team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Randy Wright, taking action for you.
The Inspector General's report has been forwarded to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office and the State Attorney's Office. Hudson's trial has been set for early May. You can read that entire 77-page report right here on our website at abcactionnews.com.